Well, hi there. Welcome to Bellas Vistas. Thanks for visiting. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification bell as well. We left Kitchener to sleet, hail, rain, just nasty weather. We saw the Williamsford Pie Company and thought, what a great idea to get a piece of pie and a coffee and then head off. Now we're going to go back to Manitoulin Island. That was our plan originally. We were headed to Manitoulin Island and we had to cut our journey short to take our kitty to the hospital. On the way there, we thought we'd stop into a couple places. This is a ghost town in Ontario called Depot Harbour. There's some old buildings here, rough roads, but actually Depot Harbour is coming back online. Things are looking up here. Some of these old buildings I thought would make some great HDR. Here I'm walking down the road looking at a cement building. Look at that, the trees are growing right through the building. It's amazing to watch the concrete going back to nature. The tree is breaking right through the cement. There's Nanabush. Wow, another view of this old cement building. Now we're leaving Depot Harbour, we're going on this bridge. We're going to leave Depot Harbour, cross this river, and we're headed towards Parry Sound. We're going to stop in Parry Sound for a little while, have a look around there, rest up, maybe grab a little bite of lunch, and then we'll be on the road again. We're going to really make a trip of it. Look at these trees and everything. Here we are in Parry Sound, right on the waterfront. There's a little lighthouse there. There's the lighthouse again. Look at these flowers. I was really struck on them. The old steel railway bridge is very picturesque. I walked down the path and photographed it this way and that way. Crawled right down to the river to get some good shots of it. A few boats. Now we're leaving Parry Sound. Well, we're on the road towards Sudbury. It's about 40 kilometers to Sudbury. Up ahead is the Animal Crossing Bridge. I think it's wonderful that they put this bridge across the highway for all the animals to get across so they don't get killed on the road. I just hate seeing roadkill. On the bridge there's little pictures of all the different animals that could cross there. More rocks on the side of the road. Look at this. It's like an escarpment, I imagine. I don't understand the whole story behind the geology here, but I know it took a lot of blasting to get through there to put a highway through here. That would have taken a lot of work, a lot of drilling and blasting. We're just eating up the highway. We're on Manitoulin Island now, which is actually a series of islands connected by bridges and causeways. It's just beautiful driving along here. The sky is nice and clear, occasionally birds. Look at this, what a view. Now we're in Whitefish Falls. There's the falls, some kayakers down there. The falls are just magnificent. Had such a good time here. I've photographed this so many times over the years, and every year it's different. There's always something different. This little tree here, I photograph that every year. Here it is in the fall. This is one of my favorite shots ever of these trees. Just love it. Now we're back on the highway again. A lot of this is native land. Here's the swing bridge. There's a motorcycle on the road in front of us headed through this swing bridge. We're at Bridal Veil Falls. Just about everywhere I go, if it's Alaska or wherever it is, there's a Bridal Veil Falls. Mary photographed this beautiful swallowtail butterfly. She got some video of it with the GoPro. Just magnificent. While she was photographing that, I was photographing the dragonfly, but that's another story. I wish I would have got some shots of this particular butterfly. It's gorgeous, especially on the flowers like that. It's just wonderful. Here I am going down to photograph the waterfalls. You don't often see me with a tripod. I pretty much like to go commando, but I'm carrying the tripod down here because, well, I'm going to shoot video. You don't see me shooting a lot of video either, being a still photographer born and bred. But lately I figure a little video, same thing, you know. Keep your lens open and your mouth shut and your pictures will be fine. Here's the falls here, just wonderful Bridal Veil Falls. I'm going to shoot some HDR and things down here as well, but I'm getting geared up to shoot some video. I find it's a lot better when I'm shooting video if I use a tripod, and it's just a lot steadier. Going down the stairs here. Here's some of my video of the falls from down below. I love to get the sun spots in the lens and everything like that. Going along here, Mary videotaped this with the GoPro. I think she does a wonderful job with it. Again, I love the light coming through the lens. It's just unbelievable. It's so realistic. You're just walking through here and wow, pretty nice. Really beautiful place to be. Manitoulin Island is really nice, and it wasn't so buggy. Sometimes I would find the bugs horrible, but it wasn't bad this year. Where we are right now, there's some of these caterpillars that come down on strings. Here's some of my HDR of the waterfalls. Look at that water. Misery Bay. Wow. Now, if you look closely, you'll see some of the babies in the grass here. And this little fella flew by. Now we're back on sort of a gravel road. We're still on Manitoulin Island, and we're turning up the highway. We're looking for places that we've heard about. We're just going along the waterfront here, parked up here. Nice little place we found. There's an outdoor privy that you sure wouldn't want to use. There's an old building here. Look at that. There's some wildlife. I shot that from inside the van, trust me. This is where we parked up. This is the sun coming up in the morning. What a beautiful day. Look at that boat in the morning sunrise. Just beautiful. Now, here I am. You don't see me doing this very often. I'm setting up a tripod, but I got a plan to do a little bit of a time lapse. Look, there's the moon, and the clouds were just blasting past the moon. I thought this was fantastic because the clouds are going one way and the moon's going the other way, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Off the boat goes out fishing again. Every morning they go out. They didn't get up as early as I did, but I find it hard to sleep when the sun comes up. This was a year or so ago when the Mercansers were there. That's really why I wanted to come here to see them. They weren't there. I was disappointed. Off we went again. Once again, we're on sort of a causeway on Manitoulin between one island and another. There's lots of these. The roads are a little bit rough, but I'm telling you, it's not bad at all. I've been on far worse conditions than this, and I'm really loving it. I'm having so much fun. I'm getting lots of pictures. We're driving along here. This is an unusual building. Wow, I couldn't believe this. I saw it last year. I came back again. Look at these murals. These are fantastic. I mean, wow. There's some video from last year I shot on my phone with the van there, and it's pretty nice. Off we go again. Nice wildflowers at the side of the road. Coming in here past this little lighthouse. This is pretty interesting too. I don't know what kind of bird that was that flew by. Saw some bracket fungus here growing and some things at the water's edge. Little bit of wildlife, a deer. I would have liked to get better shots, but I mean, you can only get what you get. This house, wow, I photographed that over the years as well. And this old truck that's disappearing into the ground. Batman Mill, wow. I had a great time here. I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone while I was taking the pictures. It was just great. I'm sitting on the ground here because, well, I want to get some unusual angles. Mary was doing some video with the GoPro, which she does a great job with. There I am sitting cross-legged, getting some shots. I think they're great. I'm really liking this. I like to get close to the water and use a 7mm lens. So I'm using a 7mm, which on this camera is like equivalent to about a 14mm on a 35mm camera. Look at that. I love it. Batman Mill. Wow. I got a bunch of different shots. I moved around and got different angles. You want to make sure that you check the place out and don't just shoot from one place. They say the last thing to do if you're using a tripod is set up the tripod, because once you get the tripod set, it's going to stay there. So you want to move around and check it out and get the best angles you can. Now we found something. I've never seen this before. I saw this, wow, I've been to Manitoulin a lot of times and I've never seen this place. Look at the size of that ship. And this building in the background, monarch butterfly there. Now this is another story altogether. I was photographing this little rose when a bug crawled out of it. A dragonfly swooped down, grabbed that bug, sat on a tree and ate it. This is a different waterfall at the side of the road. I got some great shots. There's our van parked up. Well, thanks for visiting Bellas Vistas. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Come on back soon.